All right, guys. Um, there's a video on YouTube going around talking about small business, the condition of small business, and how it's affecting people. They actually put out a number saying it's actually 2,500, but it is way worse than that. They do have to give a number, but some form of number. But believe it or not, guys, what's happening to small business, it's way worse in 2025. And actually, friend of mine put an article together. I read it, and I'm actually gonna give you guys some blow by blow information out of the article. First of all, I'm giving credit to him. It's something I talk about with gentlemen on a regular basis when it comes to lean small business and the loans that people take out on these small business and they don't realize what they're doing. So I'm just going to make my job a lot easier doing this episode. It's something I've spoken about. I spoke about this before, but it's a gentleman on Substack. He's also one of the few people that get me in writing on Substack. So I'm giving him a lot of credit for this information I'm about to put in this episode. His username on Substack, so you can follow him. Gumbo for the Soul. Gumbo, Gumbo, for Forthe, Soul, Soul. So what I'm doing here is basically giving some bites from the article he just wrote, and everything he wrote is true. It's something I've been talking about for a long time, but I do have to give the gentleman the credit. So once again, Gumbo for the Soul is on Substacks. Go and read the article. Go subscribe. Great articles to read. Now, once again, I am going to be reiterating from the article he just wrote. So giving him full credit for it, and it was well written. Now, there is once again, this is his information I'm portraying in the episode here. There's a YouTube circulating on the internet from Epic Economics. It's a YouTube channel, by the way, claiming 2,500 small businesses were foreclosed on by creditors, and the viral, business owners, selfie videos are actually going viral. And in these videos, they're not really telling the truth, all right? The wrong type of victimhood for the camera. Emotional persuasion over facts. Semicolon. The 2,500 number, hold on, I'm going up on the article here. Once again, I'm reiterating was written by a friend of mine. So making that clear. But it's something I've always talked about, but it's the way he put it. I'm just going to take it from his article because his article is something I read all the time. I don't want to say much about that. But anyway, the 2,500 number caught my eye, period. Not because it was high, but because it was too clean. 2,500 is too clean. It's a whole number. Too round. Again, too round, period. Too convenient for the internet drama, period. I've learned something in my own entrepreneurial renaissance mission, semicolon. Anytime someone gives you a perfect round number, check the fine print, period. That's true. This is just in away from the article here. This is something I've come to realize. When you see a whole number, someone projects something in a whole number format, there's a good chance that's not what the number is. You just have to check it out yourself, do your due diligence, and you come to realize that what the number is saying is there's a high possibility it's not going to be true. All right, so let me jump back into the information that was written by Gumbo for the Soul. That's on Substacks. Go and subscribe. I've learned something in my once again. Okay, so I pulled the thread. Let's get into it and unreal everything. And like most things in America, small business economy, the truth is quieter, more complicated, and a lot uglier than the headlines. Keep in mind the headline says 2,500 was close. So he's saying it's a lot uglier. Let's get into it. The 2,500 number isn't what people think it is. And he's right. Here's the first twist. That 2,500 number isn't a foreclosure figure. It's actually a regulatory threshold from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is CFPB. Under the small business lending rule, lenders who originate 2,500 small business loans per year have to report detailed demographic and lending data. So basically, under the CFPB CFPB, which is a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, once a lender once they accumulate 2,500 loans, once they accumulate that on the books and give it out to business people, they have to write that down when it reached that threshold. So that's why that 2,500 is out in on YouTube all over the place saying 2,500 small business was closed because of the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, because they have a threshold of 2,500 they have to make public. It's just a threshold. Doesn't mean that's the number. Okay. That that lender, not foreclosure, not bankruptcies, not business failure, just a compliance cut. It's just a compliance cutoff point, basically what I was saying. But someone, whether from misunderstanding or intentionally dramatization, drop the context and turn into 2,500 foreclosure. So basically, that 2,500 was just a misleading information, as I've been saying. A good internet soundbite, but bad facts. And here's the part that matters for the small business owner, period. Misreading that number actually hides the real problem, period. Because the crisis isn't a 2,500 foreclosure. It's much, much worse. It's much, much bigger. And small business are suffering way more than what's being projected. Okay? The real numbers, the ones that don't go viral. Let's ignore YouTube fear junkies and go where the business debt is actually counted. Foreclosure filing, commercial REOs, business bankruptcies, and retail foreclosures. Here is what the data really is saying, folks. Okay? Commercial foreclosure happen in hundreds each year. Hundreds. ATTOM, which is ATTOM, it's an acronym. ATTOM stands for the National Foreclosure Data Provider, publishes each month quarterly reports commercial property foreclosures, not homes, commercial property foreclosures, but retail space, warehouses, restaurant, offices hit hundreds per month, with annual total climbing into the thousands or tens of thousands per month, depending on the cycle. You hear that? Some foreclosures per month go in the tens of thousands. Okay? Now, business bankruptcies run in the low thousands per month. Commercial bankruptcy filing, including Chapter 11, show up 2,000 to 3,000 ranges in many months of 2025. So just on 1 month alone, commercial bankruptcy filing, these space can range up to 3,000 a month. So that 2,500 that they're projecting is not true. Okay, I'm giving you guys the nitty gritty. I'm giving you guys the real facts here. Once again, I'm giving credit to Gumbo for the soul. He took the time, he put it together. This is something I've been talking about, but I'm also reiterating what he's saying. I get off his information a little bit to let you know what's happening is true. So I simplify a few things, but I will get back into the article, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm listing a few things he mentioned, which is an amazing article. Now, not actually foreclosures, just business drowning before the creditor takes away the key. All right. So basically, foreclosure is the end goal. Is these businesses are drowning, and it is what it is. So retail closure date, which is in Business Insider, show thousands to tens of thousands of store closure each year. Some chains, some small independents, they're all casualties. This is information coming from Business Insider. Small business closure, hundreds to thousands per year. The average closure in small business ecosystem is brutal. 500,000 plus small business foreclosure annually. 500,000, guys. Let me say that one more time in this episode. 500,000. Okay. Most aren't foreclosures. Most most just don't go viral. They just basically dry up and disappear. So is the worst than so basically it's worse than what the video is saying that's going viral right now on YouTube. All right. Yes, but not in the way the video portrayed. It's one nice. It's not in the way the video portrayed. So it's not one nice 2,500 business that went foreclosure in 2025. All right, that's not the case. It's actually worse than that. Now I'm going to explain to you. Here we go. The nitty gritty of everything. It's a slow grinding machine that eats small business by the thousands, month after month. No drama, no selfie videos, just the quiet math of debt. Basically, insolvency. They take out debt to manage these small business, and it's not working. And the creditor don't want to hear it. All right. This is what's happening. They are over leveraged. Debt is the main reason why this is going on. The hard truth, if you have a loan, if you have a loan, guys, this is the hard truth. You don't own the business. The bank does. I will say the quiet part out loud. If your business is leveraged, your creditors own the business, which is the bank. Okay? Don't forget that. Your name is on the LLC paper, but their name is on the UCCI lien. That is the Uniform Commercial Code. And the paper beats passion every day of the week. Let me say this one more time for you business people out there. Your name is on the LLC paper, but their name, which is the bank, which is your creditor, is on the UCCI lien. That is Uniform Commercial Code. Paper beats passion every day of the week. Once again, Gumbo for the Soul. Great article. Go subscribe and read that article. It's on Substacks. I can't say this any louder. Here is what most people don't understand until it's too late. The banks hold a security interest in your asset, inventory, equipment, accounts receivable. The thing you think you own, you don't truly own them once you sign a secure loan. You don't own them. You don't own the equipment. You don't own the product that you have on the shelf. You don't own the account receivable. You don't even own your merchant account for the business. You don't own it because you didn't use your money to start it. So you can't own it. The person that owns it is your lender, your creditor. Do not forget that. The moment you can't pay the bill, they're coming and taking every single thing away from you. Okay? Now, most small business loans require a personal guaranteed. Here's where it gets tricky. Most small business loan require personal guarantee. Miss a payment, they don't take the business. They take you. Once again, you miss a payment, they don't take the business. They take you. Because the loan is backed by a personal asset. You got to use your personal asset to back the loan. Your house, you can use your house, you can use your savings or your future incomes, pension, whatever it is, for whatever you want to use as asset. So once you can't make those payments on those business loan, they're coming for them. They're going to come and take everything away from you. All right. And this is what small business owners need to know. And basically 99.9%, I would say 90%, I would say 96, 97% of business, they have loan attached to them. They have, that's basically the case. This is what's happening. All right. I'm spelling it out for you. Now, the lender can repossess, seize, or sell your asset under the CC Article 9, the Uniform Commercial Code, as an aside, if one is not aware or actually if one is not aware of this information about the UCC 1, which is the Uniform Commercial Code, it can be accessed. You can access this information at public library and do your own due diligence for yourself and see that what I'm saying is true. In bankruptcy, secure creditors are king because they're the only one winning. Your creditors are the only one winning. So watching these videos on YouTube, watching people crying, say how much they can't make their payment, how much you lose and everything, they don't know, they're not aware of this at all. But it is what it is. Chapter 11 can stall them, but it doesn't erase them. Secure creditors often walk out with the asset. They always walk away with the asset. So whenever your business start folding and you use your personal asset as basically to get the loan, it's going to be taken away from you. And believe it or not, your creditors is banking on the fact that you cannot no longer make the loan. So they can actually come in and take everything away from you. This is what they're banking on. And they're also banking on your illiteracy, your financial illiteracy, not knowing what you're getting yourself into. They're banking on that. And they're winning, actually, because 500,000 businesses have actually closed in a year. That's crazy. This is nuts, guys. I'm actually this this is something that people need to know. Um, it's not looking that good. I mean, this article that my friend wrote is amazing. Um, and he did his research on it, so I have to give him credit for that. But it's not going to get better. This situation is going to accelerate and it's going to get worse because of the fact that the economy is not going to get better. Inflation is not going to get better. So if you're running a small business and it's leveraged with debt, I hate to say this, but I'm going to. There's a very good chance you're going to lose that business, and there's a very good chance you're going to lose your asset that you used to back the loan. Trying to say this as nice as possible. We're entering a stage right now where AI is at the forefront of everything. Artificial intelligence is going to close a lot of business, and this is what's happening. And there's no stopping it. So, if anyone out there is listening to my episode, I'm thinking about going in business. It's a great thing to do. Okay, I got a product that's basically um, it's in Walmart ecosystem. It's not yet on the shelf. There's more things that have to be done, but it's backed by LLC, but it's debt free. There's no debt tied to the product or the business. This is the only way you're going to make it. It's a slow grind, but is it worth it? Absolutely. Again, folks, do your due diligence before you get yourself involved in loans to create a business, because it's not helping you. It's a chance that it's not there to help you. It's there to basically take everything away from you. And I hope this information helps. And I give credit to Gumbo for the soul on Substacks. Go read the article. and you'll see that it's an amazing article. And once again, thank you for always listening to my episode. I got to run because my phone is blowing up here. You can hear it. So until next time, I appreciate it. Stay safe. God bless.